Hello everybody, welcome to the final time perhaps for a while here in Gavra Racing. If you notice, we've been gone for a few weeks. We're on my channel if you didn't know. Good old EvilDragonxxl channel, the legend it is, back again. In this commentary box, myself, Alan, who will be rejoining in a few seconds here. Well, of course, Zhuhai International Circuit, unlike previous times called Japan, it's called China. We're in China. The place where the Great Wall of China happens, and many other things. We have a load of road cars driving around very quickly and very fast around a race circuit in the middle of absolutely nowhere. In this race today, we've got Red, Solitius, Ripit, Jezza, Dan, Hijaka, Broken Arrow, Van Elk, the Vectrolysis Vectro, It Forgets, Alec Gabriel, and Gavin Raising.
And me.
And the other commentator. Who is here. Who is he in the session?
I'm loading in right now.
Who is loading into the session right now? So I get it up on my phone because I forgot to do that earlier. So here in China, one of the most interesting places to go, isn't it? This track, very fast, very quick, undulating around the about 2.5 mile circuit. Indeed, it's going to be fun to drive on, it's going to be fun to race on, and commentate is one of them. So Alan, you have been you're a racer yourself. Have you driven around this track?
Yes, I've gotten a pole here before. I've done one league race, and it's grueling. It really is. It's demanding for the drivers while trying to get clean and perfect laps. I mean, a pole position here, because I did it back in a GT car, but these are different cars than the GT cars, obviously. I drove an Aston Martin, but for these cars, it's going to be demanding for these cars, because not only is the track tough with many hairpins and sharp corners, there's a lot of long straights as well, and a lot of flowing kinks that also flow into the track. And seeing 15 drivers for today, 14 drivers for today. I believe 14 drivers. It's going to be very, very tough for the win, and it puts a lot of pressure on the tires as well. I remember that because I had to make an extra pit stop in the league race I did here than I expected. So,
indeed, it is very difficult. I remember very vividly that race in Formula B. The championship leaders, Vectro, flipping over on the starting grid after contact with another guy. Well, we've got our normal people here. We've got Gav here we've got a Radical here. One of the, surprising actually, not as many people in the Aerial Atom as we thought. Of course, the Aerial Atom leading 1, 2, 3 and 4 right now, of course. Very to be expected, the Aerial Atom actually. Or should we say, no, we've got Gumpet Apollo in second actually, so my bad. Gumpet Apollo's keeping up there, not too slow. But it is actually Gumpet Apollo actually, so the Gumpet Apollo's actually quickest here. And hello to Jonah in the chat indeed. So, good variety of cars. Indeed, we are in, I believe we're in practice right now. Let me check. We're in practice. We are in free practice.
yeah, we have a minute left for pre-practice. Then I assume we'll go to qualifying and then the race. So, very interesting circuit at Zhuhai, and I'm really excited to have this final race at Gavra for the. Really, really fun.
It is indeed. Well, it is more importantly to see what the drivers can do. Of course, we've got we've got a few McLaren P1s. We've got only one Pagani Huayra, driven, of course, by Razy, the BC model, which has just got more downforce, probably. And we've got quite a lot of cars. Grumpet Apollo's, of course, leading the way right now, and then the Aerial Atoms, and then the McLaren P1, of course, that little famous little car then. Very quick. The only hybrid car on this grid, I believe, so far, 33 seconds to go then, until we are ready for practice to be over and qualifying to begin. The sun will be shining in the sky, a hazy condition here, and it's going to be crucial to see who can set qualification up, who is going to be quickest. Indeed, if you do have any questions, put them in the chat then, and we will get to answering them as quick as we can with 10 seconds to go. Then, find out who is going to be quickest. It looks like to be Dan, second position. Quickest will be Red. It's going to be Dan. Broken Arrow in third of practice. Solitius leads confirmation. So Red leads practice ahead of Dan, Arrow, Solitius. Then it is. Oh, the game's having a bit of a glitch out here. So rip it. Jezza, Hijacker, Van, Idforget, Vectro, Razy, Gav, and then Alec Gabriel there in between us two.
I think Red will be the driver to beat for sure. His lap is almost a second faster than second place, and everyone from second on back is pretty close. But you see just Red pulling away for a 9/10 gap, almost a full second. So obviously now we are in qualifying. Now these times are going to matter. Practice times are just messing around with the car, messing around with the setup. Now it is qualifying, and these drivers need to get down to work to try and set the best lap possible so they can get the best starting position for today's race.
That first was out on track was Alec Gabriel, but he's since gone and spun his way into the middle of the field. That, look now, who was that there? That was Solitius was having a mighty accident there in the back of him, so Gabriel's having the first spin, and hello to Angela, who is a fellow commentator as well. So good to see commentators in the chat as well, at least, that's always good. So we've got Dan coming up the pit lane in that right, red, black livery car, very lovely actually pulling off. They're getting a nice up there actually. Let's get a screenshot of the rear end of that car. Yeah, that's interesting screenshot there. So we've got a lot of cars here going on. So who is currently on track in the lead? So far, I believe it is Vectro. Yeah, it is Vectro who is on the track then. Coming down into kind of a hairpin, isn't it? This track's kind of already stop-starty, kind of Herman Tilke kind of esque, isn't it? The stop-starty little corners here into a little hairpin and into a long little straight into a flowing corner, isn't it?
Yeah. Right now on track, it is 89 degrees in Celsius. That is 32 Celsius, I believe. I did look it up. But something I'm looking, if you go to the broadcast camera, you can see something in the way. I wouldn't say smog or anything because we're in China, but obviously it's starting to get a little night here. It could be not night, start to get to evening. As I'm right now spectating Vectro, I think it's on anybody's camera, but
yeah.
It's starting to get to evening time. It's hazy, so that's probably why. But it's sort of hard to see the corners up ahead. Obviously, if you have racing line on, that's that. But again, it's hard to see the brake markers or just anything that you could use to help you brake. It could affect some of these drivers today, but for the time being, 7 minutes remaining in qualifying. Hopefully that changes before the race starts today.
Yeah, indeed. Well, we are actually really close to I think we're really close to a city, actually. So I believe smog, it could be a bit of smog, of course. This game's makes smog, but the haze actually doesn't look like smog, so we'll give it that at least. It does look quite smoggy. So we'll call it smog.
I think it might be you, but it looks more like smog.
It definitely doesn't look like haze, but I can confirm it's just the games.
I mean, it says the forecast, it says it's hazy.
Yeah,
so.
There isn't a smog option.
I wish.
Serious pollution option. Just go to New Delhi. I think it was New Delhi a few years ago. Of course, the Indian Grand Prix. Didn't know India hold an F1 race from 2011 to 2013. It was decent. One of the races was so bad you could barely get visibility down the main straight. Like that really long back straight, it's about a mile long. It was like you couldn't see like halfway down the straight. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is it. Let's see. Vectro is first man to set a lap. He is selling a 1:30.2. Red is second. Let's see who's going to go quickest there. It's Alec Gabriel's in the pit lane. Let's see anyone down back of the circuit here. Let's see if anyone's around that area. We'll find out as it comes. I'll keep that up then for you guys. See who goes quickest. Vectro's top so far. Red second. Arrow third. Jezza is fourth. Then it is Gav, and then it's Alec Gabriel there, and someone's improved. Who's improved? That is Van Elk up to fourth place. Now, if you are wondering, you do have two races today. This is one with a 16-lap race, and then another with, I believe, another 16 laps. So it's going to be an interesting little sprint series today, then, of two little races. As Solitius locks the tyres up there on the front left. Goes a bit deep, gets the corner turned in. Dan is up to fourth. Hijacker up to fifth then. So it's going well there as we're looking at Solitius lane coming into this last corner, into the little kink of left, into the really fast, flat right-hander. It goes very, very wide there. It's going to compromise his run down to the start line. What can he do as he crosses the line? Does he go anywhere? Let's see, of course, it's 4th position. That's a great lap then for Sir Elitius Lurk. Puts him up onto that 2nd row so far. Down on the 3rd row. We'll wrap it up alongside of them. Back again. I haven't seen him for a while as he slides that Gumpet Apollo. The nice blue, kind of Daytona blue, into the left-hander then. Rear end stepping out quite a lot in that Gumpet there. Of course, the British cars there doing its stuff as the McLaren going off the circuit there in spectacular McLaren style going off down a straight.
Something I noticed, I saw Solo Solita off track. However, he is getting going again. His lap does put him 4th place overall, 1:30.18. However, I remember we saw practice times around 1:35s, and now it is actually Vectro that is setting a 1:30.2. So I think he figured out what he needs to do to conquer Red. However, Red is in 2nd, and the only one above him is Vectro. So obviously Vectro is doing something right, and I think Red needs to go back and do a little more research before he goes out for this next run.
Yep, well, he is actually setting a 25.7, so we'll keep an eye on this lap time here. How long have we got left in the session? Because I can't see it. You can be
4 minutes.
4 minutes to go there, so this game occasionally doesn't show me a lot, actually. Occasionally, Red's 25.7 in the 1st sector. That's decent. 35.6, so here a lap which it is, well, let's be honest, is a track day car, and actually I believe that is just up the road as Vector, actually. So they're going to be setting lap times together here, so let's see who's going to go quickest then. But the aerial atom is, I think, more of a track day car, to be honest. But it's going to be interesting to see what it can do here. I put it on Bugs E for winning this race. If Vector doesn't go off the circuit and spin, comes to the line. What's he going to do? Out of the... And goes, let's see, what can Red do? Comes up to the line. Picking up speed about 200 miles an hour, coming to the line. Goes quickest there by 89 thousandths of a second there. Great little lap burn time there. Let's see, who is next man on the circuit to come across the line? We've got 2 coming across the line. Do any of those improve? I think Rip It Up, I think someone's jumped up the position. That's Sir Elitius jumping up to 5th. I think, let's see, I think Jez has jumped up as well. Oh, there was almost contact there on the pit lane. We got Van Elk in the wall there, avoiding that'll be Razy in the McLaren P1 there. Now, who was that coming out the pit lane? As Gabriel jumps up to 8th place. I think Vectro getting a bit off guard there. There, and indeed that is Razy pulling off the side of the circuit then down the straight. Very easy to run ride in these cars. Especially, just want to give this a little warning about this car. The aerial atom is really easy to flip over on this game, so we'll just keep an eye on the drivers, make sure nothing bad happens to them.
I was looking at some other times as Red runs off the circuit. I'm just looking at the times. I mean, sometimes you look at Red and Vectro, they're usually just fighting for the top pole position. Then you look at Dan, and his lap is actually more than a second off of only just Vectro's, and it is 1.5 seconds off Red's, and now it's just the top 2 fighting. I think it just shows that, I mean, it kind of depends what car you're driving as. Dan runs off the circuit and into the gravel trap with 2 minutes remaining. That is going to flunder his lap for sure. I think that is going to be it for him, trying to attempt to get a lap in. But for the meantime, it'll be just Red and Vectro in 1-2. And right now, Vectro is on the circuit, and Red is in the pits, so Red will not improve on his time. However, he just did earlier. He's impressed with the 1:29.9, and Vectro right now is going to try and improve on that and try and take full position away from Red.
Yeah, we'll have his lap to start now then, so he's right on board of him then as he brakes heavy down into turn number 1 there. Gets the car squirming in, the car really easy to lock up on here. Down into it goes, lets the car step out a little bit on the rear end, very bit of a wiggle and goes a bit wayward there. Down into the little right-hander here, clip the inside curb there, then it's a little run to the right, then down to the left here. Let's see if he can clip this thing, really easy to run wide, it's a teasing corner, runs a little bit wide there, that might be his lap invalidated. We'll keep an eye on that there, as he comes down into the right-hander towards the hairpin then, past a massive grandstand on the left then. Braking deep and as hard as he can, clips the inside curb perfectly there, comes out of the corner, then it's down towards the next corner, which is a little kind of a kink to the right, and then a quick double left then, and in the chat, Sally set wristing on his good old rip it up then, and comes into the double left hander then, Vectro clips the inside, is he on a lap? We'll find out in a few moments time. Actually, no, he's not on a lap, I don't think. I think he's been invalidated, he's past the first sector, and how long have we got left? We've got 45, I think his lap's invalidated.
Hopefully it's not. I mean, it was looking very, very sharp. I was really impressed with the lap. Every single corner. He was on the apex, hopping over the curb, and he was controlling the back end so well. and I thought that was going to be the money lap that he had to set the pole position. I thought he was going to get it, but and that's going to cut it right there, and
well,
it's over. He's going to have to settle for second.
He's going to come across the line. Does he do anything? Let's see. No, it wasn't a lap. Well, Broken Arrow jumped up to third place whilst we were looking at it. Dan is in fourth. Rip It Up is in fifth place. Ain't going to get his lap time finished. And, oh, Jesus, my God. He's in the wall massively there. That was a huge impact. Solitio's sixth. Gabriel seventh. Jezza eighth. Van Elk ninth there. And that is confirmed. So we're at Jezza ninth. Van Elk 10th. Jarka is 10th. Itfi gets 11th. Gavra's 12th. Razy 13th. And then us two bringing up the rear is back. So actually looking at it, very close at its lead. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Let's say pretty much the top. Seventh downwards is actually really close. And 5-minute warm-up then. Until we start this motor race. And the final one, perhaps for a while on Project Cars 1 then. As I avoided the clicking noises. I don't think my mic really does the bad clicking noises anymore, does it?
No, I haven't noticed it, so I think that's a good thing, right?
I think that's a good thing. I think since PSN updated, I think Sony updated again recently, and I think it's mended it. So not having any issues here, which is always good to be able to sit down and enjoy it here. So it's going to be closer than who's going to get pole position. Of course, we have got a point system here, so basically, unlike real life, it's the lowest score wins actually. So if you're winning, if you win, you will get a 1 point. It's basically 2 points. Second place is 2, third is 3. So it's basically following the positions as it goes. So if you win the race, you get 1 point.
Yeah, basically.
So basically, you points.
Yeah, I didn't really know about this race until you invited me, but I'm really happy that we're doing this race. Like you said, I think the final race on Project Cars, a regular game, until we go to Project Cars 2 for next season.
Very might well be. So it's going to be a bit of a break after this until we arrive on Project Cars 2. It's very likely, unless there's maybe 1 or 2 more events, possibly. But we will be keeping it up to date if anything comes along. Of course, if you are just joining us here, welcome to China, as I once called it Japan, and I was quickly slated repeatedly with a hatchet for calling it that. As we come around this beautiful little circuit, actually. It's really obscure circuit. Vector's going to do his warm-up thing. So let's watch Vector do his grid starts. He pulls off right there to the side of the screen. I'll be quiet and listen to the sounds of the... Oh, what's he doing? Is he going into a grid box? He's going to get slammed off if he's not careful. There goes the McLaren flying past. And off goes Vectro. Gav telling us all to watch out for the start. Fair play. Let's see. With 2 minutes to go, who is going to be doing well? Well, I'm putting my money on Vectro for a win here today. What are you saying about Alan?
I'm putting my money on red for sure.
So it's a 50-50% chance either of these two could win our bet. Now, as we've seen in the past...
48.
Yeah, 50-50. The other percentage probably just out
anyone else.
Yeah, anyone
else.
Roll
the dice. Anyone else in there could win.
It's too close down the field actually. From Broken Arrow down to probably about 10th, 11th, 12th place. They were all just about 1.5 seconds off the pace, which is incredible when you look at it. The pace difference between some of these drivers. And Red, of course, doing this race, of course, it's going to be curious to see who can do what then. As we watch Alec Gabriel sliding into turn number 1, an old rival here of Vectro's. Needs to race on DD6 back in the old days, about 2.5 years ago now. We're coming up to 3 years in a few months' time, about half a year, maybe a bit more, probably a lot more than half a year. Can't remember when the actual anniversary is. Well, it's going to be crucial to see who can go up where, who's going to qualify where. The sun gleaming in the sky then, 1 minute 36 to go. And it's going to be crucial who's going to get the start on this race, isn't it?
Alex Gabriel runs off the circuit, but he's going to go back into the pits. I mean, the good thing about this race is that some of the cars, you can tell by just looking at a far distance away. You can at least tell which one the Ariel Atom is for sure. I think that's a good thing about the car. Obviously, you said it was the only hybrid one on the roster.
McLaren is the only. McLaren P1's the only one.
Oh, okay. I thought you were referring to that car, but I also mentioned that this might be the last Project Cars race for Gavra because this might be the last time we might see some of these cars on on Gavra because I'm not exactly sure if all of these cars are returning for the next
I
game.
can't confirm. They all are. Well, we believe they're getting a few additions. We've got Ferraris in there. We've got the... well, we have... I think we have
That's
the
nice.
9... We got the Porsche 918, the McLaren P1, and the LaFerraris. Or the Ferrari, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
That's what it is technically. So something crucial. Broken arrow. We stopped on circuit. That is turn 3, getting the car starting that. It's going to be crucial. Who's going to be turn 1 victor here? Who is going to win this little mini championship of 2 events, of course? So do stay tuned. We'll have 2 little events here, so do expect that to happen. Of course, we also do wish to say our condolences to Soup. He's in hospital with some severe medical pain, so we do wish him the sweet and best recovery so far. Hopefully he's watching us live here. So with about 15 seconds to go, perhaps for the final time I'll be able to say this. Elton Project Cars won at least. Live commentary done by Evil and Alan. And there's a little tradition to say. And it is, grab your popcorn. It's time to go racing in the haze. And indeed, the cars line up on the grid. Me in the bit of Lycan Hypersport here. And this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful car. So those 5 lights, come on. 5 lights to the beginning of the race. And it is lights out. And it is away they go. And who gets off the start? Does everyone get off the start correctly? It seems there's a lot of bouncing up there. It looks like
slow start for Rip It Up.
Yeah, Vector gets a
slow
good
start for Rip It Up.
We got 3 wide in turn 1. There's contact. We've got cars off in turn 1. That is red off the circuit. There's contact again. Now, who is that? That looks like that is Van Elk in trouble.
Broken arrow.
A broken arrow, yeah, broken arrow. Diving there. We've got contact there. Huge impact there. That's broken arrow in the wall there nearly. There's trouble at the back. We've got cars spinning round. I think everyone's through.
Ooh. Solo Solita ran wide off the circuit and lost a position, then rejoined, and then hit Alex Gabriel, but luckily he kept it on the circuit. However, race leader is going to be Vectro because he was not the one who ran it wide, so it already looks like your pick is doing well. But I also note, I saw 3 wide there for a second. That wasn't good.
Yeah, red.
Oh,
And
hijacker.
pushing out the car. We've got the car spinning, I think, now I caught on the side of the screen. Let's see if we can get it back on visual. Well, I thought someone was spinning there. I think everyone's going. I think Lalil's a yellow car. We've got a broken arrow trying around the 3 wide almost there, getting squeezed off by the P1 there. This is a fantastic start of the race, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I still don't know what happened to Rip It Up. It's not the best of start. Like, I usually see Rip It Up getting consistent starts, but he just got slowly going and got passed by 5 different cars down the straight. Now, not so good for him, but he is back up into the 4th position, so he did make up ground. But there I do see a battle for the 5th position against Red and Jiza.
Side by side into the last corner. They do almost touch left. 5th and 6th place. Further back, we got a car off the track. That's Van Elk, I think. No, it's broken arrow off the circuit again. So he's having a nightmare of a time there. I think got squeezed off by the McLaren there. Looking ahead there. We got almost contact almost up the front there. I think they're going about 3 wide into turn 1. There's Red 15 colliding with Jezel there. Does he get through? Almost 3 wide. There's a car on the grass down the straight there. Now, who is that?
Again,
That's
it's all Solita,
Adams.
same place.
Same place off the circuit. Gets out
merge.
the way. Gets just out of the way there. It's going to be very close here into the braking zone. What's out for the other Gunpit Apollo coming through then? They warn the drivers to be careful on the start, and it's being a bit of an interesting one here. Great load of cars going together. It's great to see these lot of cars together, isn't it? Down into the braking zone. Who's going to be good? Cars locking up there. Smoke.
A lot of wheels locked up and lost the back end was Rip It Up, and now he's getting pressured by Red, and all of a sudden Solo Solita down the straight just passes Red 15 with a fantastic exit off the corner. And he's going to squeeze back into the corner, but no, there's Red.
Oh, bit of contact there on the inside. They're squeezing through. Red 15 hang out to dry, and I think actually Jezza lets him back through there because there was contact on the exit. Hijacker of Sweden and following suit.
Saw someone go off the circuit. That was Dan Z. So he's off the circuit and just got passed by Broken Arrow down the straight. So he's all the way back in 10th. He was just a second to go back in 6th. And that's just how close everyone is for the position. Vectro just wants to see this because he is just pulling away with Alex. So...
Sorry to interrupt, Solitius, and that is up the inside goes Red 15, down the inside into the last corner there. And indeed, you said Vector out of Gabriel out of absolutely nowhere comes through. What's out for Jezza here? He's got a massive overspeed in that jump at Apollo here. We expect he'll dive to the inside here. Can he get the move done? Through he goes. The debris flying up on the screen. That's a bit of smoke pouring out there. And through he goes. Does he get on the exit? No, he does not. And I think up the front there, that is Vectro leading. Gabriel's second. He's actually made a mistake, it looks like, because Rip It Up's closing rapidly here, isn't he, up the front?
Yes, definitely. I mean, look at the gap. I mean, it was a lot bigger, but now I actually, believe it or not, I think just Vector was just taking his time, knowing he has a big lead, and then Alex Gabriel is just pushing, as you can see, just locking up in that corner. He locked up in the previous one before and losing the back end and saving it, and now he's already getting pressured by Rip It Up.
Sorry to interrupt you, there's a problem there. We have a massive accident nearly. That was Gumper Apollo versus the hijacker Sweden of the McLaren P1 there. Sorry to oversee that. That was a dive out of nowhere. That was brilliant there. Back to you.
I don't know what to say now. You interrupted me, but I forgot. But oh, Alex Gabriel off the circuit again. Like you mentioned, he was pushing so much to the point where he just pushed himself too much off the circuit. And right now, however, he is getting closer to Alex Gabriel, believe it or not. And Rip It Up is getting even closer to Alex Gabriel. So again, the top three coming in red 15, just staying behind. Rip It Up down the straights. He is gaining quite a bit. So obviously, I think everyone in the top five top four, I mean, is coming together. Ever so slightly. So down the straight now, a fantastic exit for Red, and he's going to try and close in on Rip It Up down the straight. Yeah, we'll see if he can get him in the first or second sector.
Oh, is he having a look? Does have a little bit of a look. They're covering up.
He's going to move under braking.
Locks the brakes. Through he's going to go. He's going to try and purse. He does purse. There's a bit of a thing. And through he goes. Great little squad player. Further back, it looks like we've got battling going on there for 10th and 11th position there. That's 10th and 9th, should we say, as Van Out goes off the circuit. Behind, that is Dan with a Z. Dan Suzuka, and it's all going on well here. With battle for 5th position as well. This is absolutely carnage, isn't it, this race here? Fantastic to see the groups of cars racing.
Oh, down the street they make contact, and he hits Alex Gabriel. Wow, and he's going to repay the favor. Repays the favor. Was not satisfied with that move. Late braking. And right through the corner, a dive bomb attempt by Red. And Alex Gabriel was not satisfied. He hit him back, and now he's going to try his best to catch back up. But, like, even I was surprised with Rip It Up. He moved under braking to try and block Red 15 in turn 1, and that costed him to lose a position and run wide. If he just stayed in his line, I think he would have been fine. But moving under braking, that was a terrible decision for Rip It Up, as they're side by side now with Alex Gabriel for third, as he's going to slip right into third position. So that's going to hold up Rip It Up even more, as now Alex Gabriel is going to try and run down the person that hit him, which was Red 15.
And indeed, whilst we noticed now, sort of hijacker Sweden had a bit of an off there into the brakes of and the P1 as Alex Gabriel gets a bit wide there. He's touching. Oh, he's spinning a little bit there. Does he keep the car out of the wall? Yes, he does. And they're getting a bit argy-bargy there. I think a flash of the light from one of the two drivers flashing their lights in a bit of a view. I don't know what's going on here, but I think they're having a bit of a battle going on here, so it's looking well. Vectro, Red, Rip It, Alex, Solitius, Jezza, Arrow, Dan, Hijacker, Van, Razy, Itfigets, and Gav is the grid right now as we go through the field a little bit now. Field's starting to open up a little bit here. Got a battle growing for 7th, 8th, and 9th as well. This is great stuff.
So the drivers we predicted that would win are actually running 1-2 right now, but I think that the Ariel Adam of Vectro is just going to pull away with this thing. I don't know. Again, it's only 16 laps, so I don't think they'll have to make pit stops, will they, or no?
No, it's on no need for a pit stop. These cars can do about 20, maybe even a bit more laps.
Okay.
Like I tested earlier, so it will be an easy. It's got a real tyre and fuel there, so it's going to be interesting to see who's going to do moves. 7th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, I think, growing shortly here. We've got a Broken Arrow, Jezza, and Dan closing up on each other here. This could be a bit interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Closing the gap. Whoa. Never mind. There's a lag on my screen. It said slowly to cut the corner, then he spawned back on track. But project cars for you.
Yep, project cars for you up front. They're still running a bit close together, as I just had a little sneaky peek there. What you were saying about that? Well, it's going to be interesting. Welcome, Broken Arrow. He's not have the cleanest race, to be honest. It's really rare to see him have mistakes, and I think Dan could have a real opportunity here. And having Yara Adams not that quick on a straight line, but let's see if he can stay ahead. Look and see, closing already. Look at the closing speed of Dan. He's going to have a look, I think, if he's not careful. Brakes late, goes Broken Arrow. Does he get the corner? Oh, just about cuts him off there brilliantly there. Oh. And I think could be an opportunity.
Oh, and he's off the circuit, and he's going to get the position.
No, Broken Arrow not having a good race, is he? He's really struggling in that car, getting all wayward on the exit of the curbs there. 11 to go. And this is turning into a real classic of a race here. And now we got Solidis and Alec Gabriel. So Alec Gabriel's gone off somewhere. Oh, I think someone has gone off somewhere actually. There was smoke and all sorts. There was a bit of lag actually. My apologies there. But something, a bit of problems going on here. There's further down, looking at Broken Arrow. He's still trying to get on the back of Dan with a Z. Closing together these two former rivals, good old friends as well. All these drivers, of course, friends, I believe. Well, probably not all of them. People asking,
just like what happened on the track 5 minutes ago.
And people saying, will Project Cars 2 be better than Project Cars 1? Most certainly.
Well, obviously, why would they make a game worse?
I don't know what game makes the other game worse. Sounds familiar from somewhere, but
I don't get how it can be worse than this game. But for the position right now, Broken Arrow losing some time down the straight to Dan with a Z, and off the exit, off the track, that is Jezza. He was in 5th a moment ago, but I think he lost at Solo Slita, so I think he was off the circuit. But now Dan Z is going to try and pass him down the straight. He's going to go to the outside, but late braking, that's going to cause Jezza to run wide. Willie, he does run wide, and Dan Z is going to take position number 6, and same with Broken Arrow. He'll take 7th, but he's going to be on the back. He's all going to be all over the gearbox of Dan for 6th place.
Yeah, I was about to say, almost went 3 wide into turn 1 for a brief second. There's not enough speed in that car, however. So you run down the corner. It's going well up front. You've still got your top running together. There's Ripper. Runs a little bit wide there. Red starting to close up, actually. Red is actually closing here. So this could be interesting development going on through this race here. They are closing together, actually, quite rapidly now.
Yeah. So down the straight, I honestly feel like it's the straights that the Aerial Atoms suffer, because I feel like every corner and off the exit, it'll be that Broken Arrow just closes up on Dan Z, but down the straight, all of a sudden he just starts to pull away. I'm not sure if I don't know this, but it just feels like the Aerial Atom is just slow down the straight.
Yeah, lot of drag on that car, of course. He's set up for a cornering ability. He's actually saying that here. Oh, never mind. Don't say well. He's gone and spun it round. That's the commentator's cars for you. Red 15, round he goes there. And that is Rip It Up now into 2nd position there. So I was about to say he's going to get a good run and then immediately spun off the corner. Now, let's be careful here. He's going to get overtaken by Solitius. And he may just as well...
All the way down to 5th.
Yeah, all the way down to 5th. He's going to come back to 4th if he's not careful here. Let's see, Solitius is going to make the corner. He locks up, goes off the circuit. And, well...
He wasn't careful.
Yeah, wasn't careful. Easy to lock up, these road cars. And, oh, we got cars off the circuit. Now, who is that? That is Jezza off the circuit, someone. Now, what has happened there? There's a problem there, and it is Jezza off the circuit. Got the Pagani Herrera down the back there, battling with Van Elk. So, Crazy not having a good race. Meanwhile, I was trying to give a little thing to the Radicals here, are having an absolute nightmare at the back.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slowing down as Jezza Jezza's slowing down.
Penalty.
He was just slowing down for just a second.
Penalty,
okay.
Then. Must be careful. The McLaren...
I didn't see him cut a corner at all. I was just confused.
To go a little bit wide there. The McLaren having a look there. Jezza locks up. Let's see, an undercut will be possible. Bangy tyres. Bang! Bang! Even more bang. Gives him a bit of room on the exit. Hijacker doesn't want to give much space. That McLaren there has got DRS as well, by the way. Just going to say, McLaren's a slippy bugger in a straight line, especially if it gets his DRS down. However, easy to spin, actually. Really, really loose that car, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. We switch through the field a little bit there, so Alito's running a bit wide there. Had a Gabriel then running there, and it got even Roll running right his Broken Arrow. And we got these two together down the back, Jezza and Hijacker of Sweden.
Trying to see a battle. Oh, losing the back end again is Alex Gabriel. That's going to allow Dan with a Z to try and catch up down the straight, and I think he'll have the opportunity to gain time down the straight. It's just that he'll have to pinpoint his braking zone, and he's going to do the same exact braking point. That's good, but losing the back end and gaining on Solo Salida, so it's going to be a 3-car battle.
Oh my word! Oh, he's hit the wall. He's hit the wall nearly. Has he? He's kept out of the wall, I believe, there. Very, very close mistake there. Alex Gabriel loses the rear. Down with a Z. Through he goes then. Let's see the McLaren and Jezza together. So we've got Hijacker Sweden, and there we got Razy and someone else that looks like that's Van Elk and Razy running side by side as well. It's all kicking off here. Van Elk is going to be overtaken by that Pagani. Through there goes the Pagani. Easy job there. Down the inside was a pretty good move there. And he'll keep the position. Let's see. Around the exit. He's going to stick it there. Van Elk's not going to give up yet. They're going to go side by side then. Let's see. Not going to get it through there, though, is he?
A lot of lag with Jezza. I'm not sure if you're seeing the battle with Hijacker Sweden and Jezza.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
side by side. His car just keeps.
No,
Yeah.
very lag.
Let's just stay away from him for a minute. I think it'll recover.
Yeah,
but off the track again, Alex Gabriel getting back on. However, losing some time to Dan with the Z. So again, and locking up and off the it's just lag all over the place. We can't escape it.
Yeah, it's lag, very much lag. We're looking at Razy versus Van Elk down the back for a minute then. It was a bit interesting. Oh, there's contact! They're off! They're also gone horrible wrong. That's a massive jump there. That is a huge, huge impact there. And that, I have to say, is what that can do to a race if it goes wrong.
Is that Jezza?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was Jezza.
Jezza and Hijacker. That was a huge, huge impact there, and expect severe damage on that car there. Well,
he's still spitting out on my screen.
Yeah, this is fire. That's a huge impact. That's what lag can do. Up front, we've got a bit of a battle going on for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Closing up here, it looks like that. Well, especially Broken Arrows definitely closing up on Alec Gabriel. Then up the front, Vectro. Let's see. He's well, Red is now in 2nd again, so he's managed to displace Rip It Up whilst we weren't looking. As we look at Broken Arrow, in that car, really quick. Runs into the corner. Bit of a lock up there. Oh, he gets really, really close to that as a diffuser, doesn't he?
He's going to be all over the back end. They were switching lanes to try and avoid an overtake as Alex Gabriel, but I think into the corner, I think this will be his best point to try and do an overtake, but obviously a tight corner. I'd wait for the next available one, maybe in turn 1, because the next one are just a bunch of kinks and a hairpin. So obviously, I wouldn't recommend it, but down the straight, he's going to lose lots of time. However, a better exit than Alex Gabriel, so he'll allow to keep the position, but a hairpin, I don't think this will be the opportunity unless he loses the back end. But a fantastic exit. No, never mind, I jinxed it.
Yep.
Was going to be a fantastic exit.
Well, we're looking at a Razy, so
he's got
damage. Oh, we've got the side by side. Yes, they are side by side into the last corner, almost touching. They are definitely touching now.
They have touched.
They definitely were touching. No, well, he's not going to get through there, is he then? And let's see, down the straight.
He tried. I would have just waited till turn 1.
Didn't notice further down to put your attention more crucially to this battle for 10th position here. We've got a little battle of Razy here in the Pagani. Having a look round the outside, trying to go Van Elk here. He's going to have absolutely no luck down the straight here. That is absolutely like a rocket. Let's see Razy. He's going to go to the inside and flies past the McLaren. The McLaren, like real life of McLaren, having a struggle, and there's contact almost into the braking zone. And let's see if Van Elk can make a move here. I don't think very close enough there. No, we've got a definite problem there for that McLaren, haven't we?
It was a 3-car pack, and all I can say is that the conductor of this train is Razy Real and 9th. It's just, they're waiting to overtake each other. I did see a couple other passes going on up in front. I didn't want to interrupt you, but now it's single file again. Oh, someone is off the track. That's Alex Gabriel.
Yep,
and right on to the front of Solo Salita, just holds him up there through the corner, like parking the bus, but 10 times worse. But I think now he's going to have a chance to pass him down the straight a lot faster and a little better exit. He's going to dive down to the inside.
Down the inside! Does he get the move? No, he doesn't.
Oh, we'll see. He better not pull a Broken Arrow and just try and pass him in the final corner. But yeah, I think he's just going to back off and plus down the straight. They're even slower. So just wait, get a fantastic exit. Could prepare yourself for the first corner. But you're locking up in the final corner. Same with Solo Salita. But the difference is it looks like Alex Gabriel runs wide. This will be the chance for him to gain down the straight. Slipstream. Can he get there?
No, he doesn't. I don't think so. Does he get the car turned in? They all do. Further down, and these guys still battling. Hijacker Sweden definitely trying to battle with Van Elk here. Into the corner. Well, Hijacker Sweden, as I say, goes a bit wide as soon as I say that. So McLaren's definitely got a bit of damage there. Of course, after getting a huge, huge jump then from I think he's actually disconnected the one who caused the contact. I think he's definitely gone off the face of the planet here. So he's still there. There he is, returning back in 8th position. So don't worry about me, just looking at things that aren't there. Down the straight.
With 5 laps to go, leading every single lap today so far is Vectro. Back in 2nd is Red, and actually it looks like he has recovered all the time he's lost. Actually, he's probably not going to get there in time, but if he didn't spin it the second time, I think he would be leading this thing or find a way to get around him. But it's a shame for Red. He's gonna come up runner-up if they finish where they are right now. Third would be Rip It Up. Fourth would be Dan with a Z. Fifth would be Broken Arrow. Sixth is X Gabriel. Seventh is Solislita. Eighth is Jezza. Ninth is Raise Your Real. Rounding the top 10 is Venel. And in 11th, Hijacker Sweden. 12th is ID4 Gits. 13th is Gavra. And then there's us two, with for now 4 laps remaining.
Yep, indeed. Alec Gabriel again. He's trying to get a pressure down the straight line. I don't think quick enough in that car. I was just looking at there while you were talking, actually going through the field again quickly. As we go down, is any battles going on down the field? I don't actually think so. If you do have any comments, do put them in the chat, and we'll answer them as best they can.
So what are your thoughts on today's race so far, the first feature race?
Yep, the feature race is looking, well, it's looking entertaining. The second race is going to be interesting as well to see what's going on. The driver of the day so far, I have to say, Rip It Up's really impressed me. I haven't seen him for quite a while. So we say Constable Rip It Up, of course. He is a police officer. So Constable Rip It Up doing his duty for Queen and Country. Had Dan ZZ and Arrow and Solitius, and then we got Gabriel in 7th place. And actually, Gabriel actually spun. Actually, I wonder where he's gone. He's gone off the circuit there. Actually, well, that's why I was going through there. So he's gone off spinning around then. As we were saying, that's never good. Then Jezza is behind, and we got Razy, Van. Then we got Hijack Sweden, who is getting closed up by Eat Forget. Eat Forget is closing up actually, and then Gavra's right down the back. Not having good luck, is he?
Yeah, it looks like Vectra made a huge mistake, and that gap has closed up quite quickly. There might be actually a chance that Red could get him on the final lap, but we'll have to wait and see if Red can recover. Look at that. He's only a second behind, and he's just literally closing the gap, and eventually he'll be on the back of Vectro, and a pass may be in the making in the final lap. We'll see, but he is closing up quite quickly for sure.
Yep, Alec Gabriel giving us a bit of a lesson in drift there down the last corner. Completely sideways there. Incredible to see then. Indeed, but up front, they're going to close. Be curious to see. And I'm going to have a look at Hijack Sweden here. So there's definitely a serious issue on that McLaren here. I don't want to quote real life, but well, McLaren seems to have a broken engine, or something's broken. The rear light's broken, at least. I mean, let's be honest, a big shunt with Jezza, of course. Not going to help that McLaren in any way whatsoever. I've got an itch in my ear as well. Someone just itch my ear, and I have returned. Itchy ears, and it forgets closing. Let's see, it could be a possible move here. The Radical, really slow, isn't it? Of course, compared to everyone else, I think quite a lot of the cars ahead have had problems. That McLaren definitely has had a problem, because as you can see, the rear light's completely blown off, and looks like the rear entire left of the car's fallen off. It's going to be crucial. The sun's slowly setting in the night sky here. Well, in dusk sky. It's about 5 PM in game time. That's the setting we're running at right now. Through the corner they go. So quickly just have a little look up front. How are they looking?
Gap still looks to be the same. It actually increased because Red 15 got a couple of corners where he either lost the back end in the corner or just got a terrible exit, and he has increased the gap. So actually, I think the gap will just either maintain or just decrease within a half second. But I think that'll be it. But we will see again. We do have 2 laps to go, and if we can repeat the same mistake, Vectro, it could come down to the wire for these two. But I think it'll be Vectro out on top. But we'll see. 2 laps to go in Zuhai.
Yep, well, we've got a problem there for Ed Forgets there. He seems to have missed brake there and has hit the back of that McLaren on front there. So a bit of damage going on there, unfortunately, to say that occasionally happens. And Alec Gabriel, he's around again. He's not having much luck in that. Will be Jezza through, so there's a problem on the car for the Grand Prix Apollo. As I've been added to a group chat there randomly, and that is, of course, annoying.
Yep.
So I'll leave that group chat in a minute. It's one of those just annoying little group chats. So,
I can hear the notifications.
Yeah. The pain. The pain. I will have to. Well, I will apologise for the top left being completely and utterly filled up for a while there. I'll be leaving that group chat in a few moments.
I keep on hearing it.
That's gonna do
so
my
final. Final lap in Zuhai, and he has closed closed up the gap quite a lot. I think he will have a shot. And like a commentator's cursed me, a terrible exit there for Vectro again. I think he did make another mistake, but he is getting closer and closer. And if he gets close enough within this lap, I think he'll have a shot of doing it. But a fantastic entry and exit there. And no penalty there, so that is good. But he's going to be all over Vectro. And remember, a Mini-2 championship, so this win will be huge for this team as he's closing in. Vectro's going to try and defend the inside.
Contact! Bang! That was always going to happen there. Definitely tried a bit late there, and that was Odysseus. And it failed there. I do apologise for the top left being absolutely blurred by black boxes. I can't really do a lot about it right now. I'll turn the notifications off after this race and leave that group chat because that is really annoying. But into the last few corners, Rip It Up is in third position. He's doing well. Up these two here. Definitely together here. I don't think he's close enough though, is he? He's got
oh, yes he is. Yes he is. The power now is going to go down to red down the straight like we keep mentioning. It's slow down the straight, but I don't think it's going to matter. He pulled away just enough gap, and he's going to get lucky if he can hang out through the final corner, and he will. Final corner, barely taking victory. Vectro winning today in Zhuhai. Across the apron they go, and flashing the lights in victory. Well-deserved victory today for Vectro. One more feature race to go, and Project Cars is on the way out.
Yeah, well, Rip It Up. Cross across the line. Spectacular fashion. Third position. Dan River G, fourth position. Broken Arrow is going to come across the line in fifth despite spinning off a turn one. Salutius will come across the line in sixth. Then it's going to be Jezza coming up behind there. I'll be turning those notifications. I'll be leaving that chat in a minute after this. So, yeah, what we do, I think we'll have a 5-minute break after this.
Alex Gabriel for 8th place, getting pressured from Razy Real. I'm not sure if he's going to have enough time to close in, but we're going to approach the final corner now. If he has any time, a perfect apex there.
Nope,
Alex Gabriel, and he's going to maintain 8th position across the line. He will. Could have had a top 5, but Alex Gabriel finishing in 8th place, just ahead of Razy Real.
Yep, Van Oak 10th. Hijacker will come across the line in that McLaren in 11th place after the contact. If he gets 12th, Gav will be in 13th. I'm going to go now because it's annoying me. Because I spam. Right, I've left that in group chat, so that is good. So, a great little race there, and I have a sneeze coming up.
Oh no. Just hold it in or mute your mic.
No, it's good.
Okay, good.
It's good, well, race 1 is over. We'll have another race after this to come up, so it's going to be a little fun to see. So I'm going to mute my mic, go downstairs, have a drink, and be back in a few moments' time. So, Alan, you can go and entertain the crowd for a while.
Okay.
So I'll back in a minute.
Me and entertaining the crowd. How do I do that? I don't know. Left me to say stuff. So, first of all, I think it's just necessary, like we mentioned before the broadcast. If Soup is watching, he probably is. Hopefully you have a speedy recovery and try and get back to the commentary booth as soon as possible. We miss you here. I haven't done too many races with you, commentary-wise, but I kind of wish that you were here. I mean, I do wish you were here for sure, for starters. But it sucks because I was excited today because I heard that there was a race, and I know Eva wanted me to commentate with them. And this is before I found out, so I was like, oh, we might have Soup as well since it's the final race for Gavra on Project Cars. Then I found out that Soup wasn't going to be here. So speedy recovery again, best wishes, and hopefully you end up safe. But We do have 10 people watching, so if anyone is new, please subscribe to Evil Dragon channel for more Gavra content on this channel. I'm not sure what exactly is happening for next season on Project Cars 2, but I'm just going to tell you this. Project Cars 2 is going to be better than Project Cars 1, and if that's the case, the league racing on here is going to get even better. So if you want to... If you want to see fantastic racing, please subscribe to this channel, or HRL Cavi, which is myself, since I'm a color commentator. We do have one more race ahead of us, another 16-lap feature race here. I think it's still Zuhai. I'm not exactly sure. Reading the comments now, it says what happened to Soup. All I know is that he had to be hospitalized. He did a lot of stuff with his kidneys. I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to go into detail because I'm not sure what he wants us to say or not. But again, just trying to say speedy recovery and hopefully gets back ASAP. But as now we are waiting in the lobby for the next feature race to get started up again. I think Soup is back. I mean, not Soup. I think Evil's back because I heard his mic.
Yep, I'm back.
Okay. And I'll be back because I have to get something too. I was waiting for you.
Yep, well, I have returned then, so the second race, I'm going to twitch, oh, I don't know, we've got a few cars there. Ah, we get invited to another session, do we? Right, well, we're in the new session. I will hopefully get our fellow commentator in a few moments' time. We'll invite him now. Indeed, it's going to be an entertaining little race here. Do put your comments in the chat and we will answer them in due course, of course. Indeed, well, we're ready to do the next race, of course. I can hear.
Are we starting a new lobby?
Yeah, I've sent you an invite already.
Okay.
I need a sneeze. It's still
sneeze. Everyone does it.
This sneeze is like just teasing me. It just won't. I just can't sneeze.
Okay, fine. How about you like sniff a flower or sniff toothpaste or something? Because that usually just I don't know.
Sniff toothpaste. That sounds like a terrible idea.
It actually does work. Trust me.
It doesn't or does?
It does. It does.
Did you get the PS app installed on your phone? No, that's literally my you can hear it's so loud. The noise you can hear is actually my TV, and that noise is really loud, but everything else is really quiet. So if you hear that noise, it's not my fault. I can't do anything. My TV's only on 10. There's a soup, not soup. I keep calling everyone soup today. We're ready to go in a few sessions, so everyone's getting in. Then we'll be starting this race. As I said, if you got any comments, put them in the chat and we will answer them in due course. Like we said, we got the second one coming here in a few moments. Yep, I do know it is you. I do know it is old Tacky Wacky. there on a little chat here, waiting for good old Alan. Hello to anyone coming back here right now to this race, to everything here, as you can hear Mr. Allen returning to the thing as the race ready's up. Then next race to go.
Okay.
So here we are then, round number 2 of this little two-way little season here. This will take us up until the final. It's probably about an hour time here. It's good to have a little two-race sprint series. Always good. Alan has returned here, I can hear.
Yeah.
Perfect. So round 2. So, of course, Vetro did win round number 1 from second place Red. So we are keeping an eye out on who's going to be winning the championship. We know Vetro has got 1 point already. As I remember, the lowest points win this championship, because it's confusing. It's inverted from everywhere else. So the lowest points win. So Vectro is leading the championship with 1 point. Second place is Red with 2 points. Now we have a quick 10-minute qualification here, then another 16-lap race. So it's going to be interesting who's going to win this race then, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to say if everyone goes clean again, it could be very close actually. Surprised they didn't do a reverse grid, to be honest. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that would have been the best option.
And Jesus, that whatever your mic is doing, it sounds like a motorbike going past. Is that your fan?
I'm not using the fan right now.
Oh my word.
Is it gone now?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Oh, I think it's gone. There we go. I think it may have gone. There was a really loud, sound like a fan going on. It was like, it was really loud, but I think it's gone.
Okay, that's good. So is this another qualifying or a 10-minute? Okay, good. 10-minute qualifying.
Qualification here, and 89 Fahrenheit degrees, which is about, like you said, 32 degrees C, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Should be, yeah, 32 degrees in Celsius. Still hazy again. Will be the same. Everything else will be jumbled towards the bottom. But seeing that, hopefully we don't have any, I don't know, bad starts, so it won't hold everyone up. But then again, do you think anyone will run wide in the first corner on lap 1, turn 1?
Well, it seemed to happen last time as that person added me to the group again, because they clearly want me to be in this group chat, and they were going to spam me forever now. They're even spamming me and everything. This is the thing, but yeah, running wide turn 1 is going to be a difficulty here. It's really easy to do. It's going to be curious to see who's going to get through turn 1, isn't it? It's going to be, if they can get through turn 1, then it's going to be crucial. Now, Gav's back in the Radical as well, so that's going to be interesting to see. Let's see who is first out on track. I believe it is, let's see as we go through. We're going to have, we've lost someone here. Red, yeah. No, Red's there. So who's going to be first set lap? It's going to be Vector, isn't it? Through, he is coming through turn 3 and 4, coming to the last sector. Into this double left-hander here, brakes hard, turns in left, past the Panasonic signs on the right, then down into this double left-hander. It's a really good little left-hander sequence, isn't it, Alan?
What was the question? Your mic cut out.
Oh dear. But it's this little section here, the double left-hander, it's really good, isn't it, to indicate racing. This is a really nice little place for overtake, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it just depends. Like, it depends on your car, because there's a lot of straights here as well. So, if your car is superior down the straights, I think you have it pretty much won. And I think you saw that in some of the battles that was happening today. Like, again, for instance, a fantastic exit by an aerial Adam, but just cannot catch anyone down the straight. It was just not, again, it wasn't that good. Like you said, a lot of drag on the car. So obviously, it depends about the straights and then these corners on passing opportunities. So I think for every other car that's not an aerial Adam, it's definitely a good track for them. I just think it hurts aerial Adams for sure.
Indeed, it very much. Well, Vector goes quickest so far with a 1:30.8 there. Let's see who is second out on track. Let's see where people like Redder. He's coming down into, where is he? Coming into the second last corner right now. Well, it'd be about third last corner, because that little king there is the second last corner here. Well, coming into the last corner, as we call it right now. You see what he's doing. It's not bad first sector and a not bad second sector. It looks actually quite decent actually. Comes to the last corner. Gets the car turned in. Bounces over those curbs. Following behind is one of the fingers. A bit wide there. Comes to the line. Does he go improve? The answer is second place and straight away broken arrow. Second position, so he's improving rapidly by the time. So I think he's getting used to that car there. 2 tenths off the pace, and as soon as I say that, goes spinning off into turn 1 nearly.
Yeah, goes off the circuit, but again, I'm looking at some of these cars. A lot of them losing the back end in the corners. Like I was fortunate enough in a practice session last race, just quickly go out on track for 30 seconds, try and feel the car. It's very heavy, so you have to brake very, very early because at braking points I'm used to at that track were like GT3. This car is obviously nothing like a GT3 car. Yeah, for me, I honestly felt like I needed to brake a lot later, or I mean, brake a lot earlier because the car carries a lot of weight, and when you brake at the same time, it's just going to shift off the corner. Not only you're going to lock up, but even off the corner, you're going to go from understeer to oversteer, losing the back end. And it puts a lot of stress on the drivers trying to control these cars, and again, a lot of weight. So you have to brake early and make sure you can turn on the car, and just enough where you don't lose the back end and try to get the most time out of the corner. But with 4 to 5 minutes remaining in qualify, I think the best person who's done that so far is Vectro, who ended up winning feature race number 1 here in Zhuhai.
Indeed, well, he is quickest by 2/10 seconds from Broken Arrow. Red is third. So Litiusi's going round in 4th position there. Gets the car still going in straight. I'm going to call that a synchronized. We'll call that a planned drift. 5th place is Hijacker in the McLaren. Burnout 6th. 7th is Dan. Alec is 8th position. Comes across the line. Does he jump up the field? Jumps up to 5th. Out of Burnout and Hijacker. Dan is 9th. Razy 10th. And Jezza 11th. Gavra's 12th. And if forgets is 13th, of course, me and good old Alan in between a pair of them then. But we expect that to change in a few moments' time.
Mm-hmm. Even with not even setting a lap, I'm already in I'm in 11th. I'll take that. Like,
yeah, well,
best person without a time. I'll take that.
People asking Raz rip it up. He is actually not in this race, I don't believe. He's actually, I don't think he's
and spinning out is Vectro in the final corner. I think he missed the pit exit and then tried to do something dramatic to get back into the pits, but still just used a spawned a pit button, but lost the back end in that lap. But I think he just knew that that was going to be the end of his qualifying there. But again, we'll see if anyone can top Vectro's time, a 1:30 flat. The qualifying time last time was a 1:29.9, so just a 10th off. So again, it is possible for guys like Red to get in a better lap, but he's actually behind Broken Arrow, who has a 1:33. So I think he's learned from what's happened at last race, so he can go back out there and try and set faster laps. So we'll see.
Indeed. Well, people asking Raz rip it up. He is actually not here. He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be here right now. Well, at least I can't see him on my screen. Can you see it? I don't think I can see him unless I'm blind.
I think he left. Did he? Well, that's gonna screw up the points because, like you said, the better position you have.
I'm gonna interrupt you here. Red's gone quickest. Yep.
A 1:29.8. So the fastest time we've seen at Zhuhai today.
Yep, and that's gonna cause dividend. The Vector's got to get out now. It's a 1:30 lap time, so I don't think he's timed this very well, has he? 1:30, 1:30. That's about. He might just get that in. Could be close. Back to you. Sorry to interrupt. About the points.
It's okay. I just forgot what I was going to say as well.
I'm talking about the points. Something.
Yeah, let's talk about the points. It's going to screw up the points because like the better position you finish in, the less points you'll get. Like the winner will get like 1 point, and let's say Gavra or whatever finishes outside the top 10. He's I don't know how many he's going to get. Like 10, 15, something like that. So he's going to have a lot of points, but remember, if you miss a race, you're like, oh, he's not going to have points. Well, obviously, I think he's going to get, like, the most points possible for missing the race, and it's going to put him back on everyone else to try and, again, the points are confusing because not many leagues do this. So the only other racing series I remember that did this back then was, like, the thing before Formula 1. I think it was, like, the European Racing Series. So.
Could have been. Doing a bit in, because you know, Vector's not going to get a lap in. So Vector is out of qualification then, as it stands. So he's not timed that very well, has he? That is a critical mistake there from Vector. It's a sound of a mic getting put on and put off in the background. Can be heard there.
My mic fell off my bed.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
So Vectro's not timed this at all well. He is not going to get another lap in. So he has done that. So Red's going to be on pole unless anyone's on a lap. Vectro is not. Broken is not. Dan is not. So Litius, can he do anything spectacular here? Comes to the line. Not looking too good. Does not. Jezza, what's he up to? A 26 and a 36. That's not very good. Alec Gabriel is on a lap, and it is actually pretty decent in the first sector. It's about half second off. Second sector is very good. It is quicker than Broken Arrow. So what's up for Alec Gabriel? And he's coming through the last little corner then. What can he do through the last corner? Let's see where he puts the car. Does he put it anywhere up on the grid from 7th position? Does he jump up? 5th position then. Great lap from him. Good time. Let's see who has on the lap. Van Elk is on the lap. It is a 26 and a 36. That was actually not too far off. It should put him probably around 7th position. It might jump him up a little bit. Through the last corner. Comes the yellow at him. Gets through the last corner. Runs a little bit wide there. To the line. 1 second. Does he do it? No, he does not. Oh, that's just shame from him. He's going to be gutted for that. So Red leads Vectro, Arrow, Dan, Gabriel, Jezza, Solitius, Hijaka, Van, Razy, it forgets, Gav, and that is the grid right now then. And that is it for that little thing. I think we'll have practice. Do we have practice? We have a practice. 4 minutes.
Do I have permission to go out on the track?
No.
Oh. I tried.
But I'll pretend I didn't hear you. But if you get told off, it's your fault.
I secretly go out for like 10 seconds trying to get used to the car. We're going to pretend you didn't hear that either.
Yeah. I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Well, never mind then for that. So, hazy weather, 89 Fahrenheit here. We got a packed grandstand here in the, well, dark. It's kind of looming sunshine, isn't it? It's quite looming over the circuit. Indeed. Well, the commentary box. It's a bit hard to see out the commentary box window. Actually, it's a bit. We can just see light. We are in a tower somewhere, I believe. Actually, let's see if we can spot where. Let's see. I'm going to spot where the commentary box is. What if actually? I mean, we're in the commentary box, but I can't figure out what commentary box we're in. I forgot. I knocked myself out in between the races. Okay. Right. So let's see. Let's see. So I'm pretty sure the commentary box on this track is. I think it's either main straight or it's on the tower. One of the towers around the circuit. Let's have a look at that. He's right behind Gabriel is Vector right now. Breaking into the right-hander, into the second little right-hander here as well. It is, of course, this track is really good. I think it might be this tower popping on. It might be this tower on the left here, but I don't think it is that tower. Far from, no, it definitely isn't. Oh wait, no, it's on the right there. No, definitely that tower. It's definitely there. No, definitely, that's the commentary box. I'm not even gonna judge that's the commentary box. That is just the commentary box. When you see a commentary box. At least you found where we actually are. That's always good. If you want to know why my voice is sounding a bit different, it's because I do have a cold as well. So if my voice does start to go, it's not my fault at all. Well, Vector having a battle with that's Alec Gabriel, is it not? In the
yes, it is.
Rumpet Apollo.
So I'm looking at it. It actually appears that the qualifying for today's race in Zhuhai, I'm not sure. Like we said, the top two will probably be pretty much the same. They could shift back and forth, but the top two will be the top two, and they cannot change. And again, in qualifying, it was again not in this order. I think it was. I actually in this order. I know that Red got the pole, second was Vectro, and then everyone else was just behind. So.
Indeed, it's a bit closer this time, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be turn one. Broken Arrows up there as well. As you know, two former Calper cars. Of course, it used to be Calper cars in the Formula C season. It's going to be interesting. Running probably as a good old pairing friendship here. It's going to be crucial to see what's going on then. How long have we got left in the session? About 1 minute to go. About 1 minute 50, actually. It's about 2 minutes. Here in the beautiful, beautiful setting sun here in the in this little circuit here. Come through
so,
that last one.
The minute remaining in practice. I think a driver to look out for that has made massive improvements is not only Alex Gabriel, but I was looking at another person. What was he on track? I want to You said that he improved last race as well, but oh, Alex Gabriel spins, doing burnouts.
Gabriel's doing a interesting line there. I was talking about Broken Arrow. Where is he going? What is he doing?
Oh no, don't pull an SRC.
We do get told off for doing that, by the way, because it was actually something, but let's not quote that anymore. What's he up to? What is Alec Gabriel up to? Put in the chat what Alec Gabriel's up to in your mind. See? Oh. Well, I'm not going to quote what he's doing, but...
He is going the correct direction, so, I mean, he is doing something, but...
aerodynamic-wise, that is not really doing very much for the car, is it?
No, not at all.
Aerodynamically, that thing is probably trying to kill itself right now. Well, give it credit where it's due. This is a race in reverse. We'll be talking in reverse right now. But oh, he's spinning. Can he get on the track? No, it's corner cutting. Well, you don't normally see someone doing this, so this is an interesting sight to see.
It's very interesting, to say the least, about all this going on. But with just 10 to 15 seconds remaining in practice, and it looks like he was stuck on track. That is Vanel stuck on track. He was down the straight, and it looks like actually one of the Ariel Adams, I think was that Solo Salida, just spun him in the corner.
Oh, he spun him. Well, there we go. That's a bit of fun there going on between the drivers here. Having a bit of a pirouette there. So about 10 seconds to go. Race 2 commentated again by Alan and Evil here. Well, grab your popcorn for this second race. Who's going to be the champion of this little series? Let's find out as we go to the grid. So, the 5 lights come on, and it is lights out, and away we go for the second time. Does everyone get off the line like they did in the first one? Let's go to the front. And it is Vectro leading from Dan. Red's got a terrible start again then into turn 1. Broken Arrow as well. There's contact there. 3 cars wiped off at turn 1 and a huge impact. That's Dan. There's Hijacker of Sweden off the circuit. It's all going on in the middle of the field. And well, that is what they wrote. That is Alec Gabriel right down the back there with Crazy coming through as well. So Carnage at turn number 1 then. As we wanted to say, want to see him clean there. Hijacker Sweden having a bit of contact with Red there. And that's going to allow... It forgets to go around the outside.
For Sweden.
Yep, Sweden's got a penalty because of it. So it's all gone wrong at turn number 1. There, so it means Ariel Atom leads 1, 2, 3. Gumper is 4. Then the Ariel Atom is in 5th position as well. But
what was ID4 Gets doing? He went off track, then tried to get back on and just moved under brake into the inside lane, blocking Alex Gabriel. And actually, Alex Gabriel, I'm not sure where he qualified, but he's all the way back in 10th already. And just for a second, I thought Razy Real was going to pass them. They're all in different cars, or most of them are in different cars. It's a terrible exit for Jezza. He's going to be under attack from Dan with the Z. He's going to try and switch lanes, but no, he's going to maintain the outside, but braking early. It's Dan
on
Z.
the inside goes...
No.
That is... who is that? Is that Red? Yes, it is Red. Pushing him off the circuit. Bit of argy-bargy move there from him. That's a bit naughty there. And then Van Out went off as well up the road, so it's all going on. On map number 1 so far. I can hardly keep my breath going on here. This is fantastic.
Believe it or not, top 3 are all Ariel Adams, and since they have the same cars, I think they'll probably have the same performance, but knowing who's leading is Vectro qualifying 2nd, he'll probably be the one of the Ariel Adams that'll pull away from the rest, but again, we'll have to see what these drivers have in store for us, as Red 15 is all the way back in 6th place. However, not going to be there for long. We have 15 laps remaining. He's going to try and do his best to work his way up to the front.
Meanwhile, battle for 9th position. Like Gabriel up the inside. Gav, let's see, can he get the move done? I don't think so. He's watched out for the other Radical having a look. Let's leave these little cars battling. Up the inside goes the Radical, gets cut off there very aggressively. That fracks him into Razy, and that's Hijacker Sweden, who's having a terrible time again in this race, and McLaren absolutely struggling there as Gabriel actually passes through up the inside there. Goes, let's see, Razy up the inside as well. Did he get through? It looks like they make contact. Through he goes, and that is another position. If he tries to get an exit on that Pagani Harira, doesn't seem to get enough power. It's a bit slow in a straight line. It's a bit of a slow dog, and Hijack having a bit of a look. Razy having a bit of a look. Hijack, this is all going mental going on over here, and I think Broken Arrow and up front. Let's have a think. There's a battle going on up front, I think. Yes. So Elitius and Broken Arrow side by side here into the last corner. And, well, they were until I spectate them, and then one of them spins off nearly. So, good job, me. We've got Jezza versus Red as well.
Oh, broken arrow. Just got a terrible exit. Losing the back end that allows Cena to catch up a little bit.
Was in the wall almost. Oh, that was an almighty moment. That's Jezza and Red. That was very close there. How they kept out of the wall there, nobody knows.
Not the best situation for Red as Jezza runs wide, gives a position to Red, so he's back into 6th place. And again, Commentator's Curse, we said that Red was going to work his way up to the field again, and he will not be in 5th for long. Yeah, because he fell back and he's now in 6th. So.
Oh, Solitius out. Solitius is off.
Oh.
There's a problem. There's a problem there. Now what's going on there? And hello to Nico in the chat. See, there's a problem for Solitius. Something's gone wrong on that car. Well, we'll move onwards and see what the others can do. It's going to be interesting. What they can do. Broken Arrow second. Vector leads. Van Elk is third.
Dan Z. Look at Dan Z. He's going to go for 3rd down the straight. Trying, very early braking, however.
Oh, he's gone off.
Van Elk runs wide, yeah.
And, as you say, there's 3 cars
through.
to be lost. Or 2. Jazz is going to be the 3rd one coming through, I think. It'll be an easy... I think this will be an easy move, actually. See if he's close enough to make a move up the inside. Now we know Jez has been a bit of a lone dog in the brakes. Let's see if he can do anything here. Tries a look, doesn't get it through there. 14 to go then in the 2nd race, and it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here. And hello and goodbye to Jonah, by the way. I didn't realise, but you are leaving, so we'll see you on Project Cars 2 sometime soon, or wherever the next race will be. Jezza runs a bit wide, up the inside he'll go, pulls alongside. It's going to be down the straight. It'll be an easy move there. Eats him alive.
Oh, and Red runs wide in 4th place. Trying to outbrake Dan Z for 3rd. But lost tons of time. And now it's going to put him more than 10 seconds behind the race leader of Vector. And I did the math, or at least I did count it when last lap. And now after that, he's probably going to be able to 12 or 13. And plus with 13 laps to go, he's probably going to have to gain a 2nd per lap if he wants any shot of winning today. So really, I think the only one that has a shot of winning this championship, this 2-race feature championship, is Vector, unless something happens. But we will see. 13 laps to go. Ariel Adams are 1-2, getting chased down by Dan Z.
Indeed. Well, Red is in 4th position then, and is closing to Dan Z. It's going to be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Gap is starting to close up again. I'm looking at Jezza and Red all catching back up to Dan Z, so I honestly don't think he's gaining. But again, 3 cars trying to close each other in, trying to create some passing opportunities. But for the meantime, it's all going to be all about exit speed, since these cars, I believe, are all the same. So
yep, indeed.
These are all the same cars, so it'll just be about driver skill, who can take the corners faster, and about not losing control of the car. We will see.
Indeed, well, it's going to be crucial. Dan Z, and then Red, Jezza, Van Elk, Gabriel, Razy, It Forgets, Hijacker, Sweden, Gav is at the back there. And they've got a lot of battle going on here, actually. Talking about battles, Gav, Hijacker, It Forgets, and Razy all together here down the straight. And let's look at that McLaren go. Look how slow that car is compared to the other cars. It's flying. That Radical is miles slower, and through he goes up the inside into tire number 1. Runs a bit wide. Does he get the move done? Yes, he will. Runs a bit wide, and there's 2 going to go together here. Gav up the inside of his teammates here. Well, the fellow car and through he'll go there, won't he? Great little move there.
Oh, but Gavra's going to hit Hijacker Sweden a little bit, but cost himself several seconds, as now ID4 Gitz is going to be all over the back of Gavra. We'll see if he can maintain the position, however.
Indeed, it's crucial. 12 to go in this great cracking motor race. Indeed, a lot of cars indeed, if you are wondering. There is a bit of variety. There is the confirmation of the variety of the cars. Well, up front, it is Vector dominating this race from Broken Arrow. Then comes Dan, Red, Jezza, Van Elk. Then a bit of gap to Alec Gabriel, Razy, then Hijacker, and then these 2 of Gav and It Forgets having a bit of a scrap down the back here. Let's see if anything changes right now. As they are battling together. It's going to be crucial to see what's going on here. Running together down the back of the field. Closing up, the McLaren is only just ahead, isn't it? We're not having the best of luck, is it?
No, not at all. It's barely in the top 10.
Well, talking about people, that's Solitius is right down the back. So we didn't realise that. Solitius is having a nightmare of a race, isn't he, down the back?
Yeah, definitely. Just not having his day. But I can see two of the same cars battling for the 10th position. Gavra and ID4 Gitz.
Both goes off the circuit
locking up
together.
and both going off track.
Both struggling on the brakes then. Going back through the field. Let's see if anything going on up front. Broken Arrow's getting caught by Dan Z, it looks like, actually. And then Red 15 following quick suit. Then Jezza Van Elks following quickly behind. There's a bit of gap to Alex Gabriel, isn't there? Alex in his own little world there with Razy actually closing a little bit.
Something I keep noticing is that apparently it's just a chain effect I see. Red 15 closing on Dan Z, then all of a sudden he goes back a couple seconds, then gains on him, then makes another mistake. He's not consistent with his pace that he's been running, and it's costing him several seconds per lap if he wants any shot of trying to work his way back up to the front. But I think the best position he can get so far today is either third or fourth.
Very much well could be. He's really not having much luck in this motor race, is he? He's really struggling on the car right now, but you never know. These races can go interesting. He goes up the inside, down the back as it forgets that. Side by side, does he get him through? Gav runs wide to give him the space. I think he's spinning off actually, Gav. He's not having good luck on the exit. And it forgets. Diving move there. Great little stuff there and through into 10th place. Pounces on the car, and that is what they say.
So right now for what position was it? Because my game just froze for a second and it put me back to leader. What position? I think it's just a glitch. Never mind. I saw a battle brewing up and then my game froze and now there's no battle. But oh, losing the back end is Broken Arrow in second. That's huge.
Oh.
He's gonna block Red 15.
Great reaction time from that Broken Arrow. That actually really got out of the way there to make sure there wasn't a contact. It was almost steamed into the side. Now, you probably caught that more than I did. What happened there?
I just lost the back end like he did right now. Difference is he spun it all the way around.
Now, that could be an issue with the tyres. Never know. Red 15 running a bit wide as well, so he's not having much luck either. Well, we'll try our best to see what's going on here. Well, up the front, if you're wondering who's leading, it is Vector, who's leading from Dan. It's only 4 seconds, so it's going to be crucial to see what happens. We are close together. And it's going to be interesting to see what's going on here, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I'm still surprised that Red is still in 4th after all of that. For the meantime, right now.
Third. What's out? Look, let's say that. He might go for third in a second. Does he try into turn 1? He's got a lot of speed in that car. Has a bit of a look. It gets a bit wide. I think an opportunity could prevail here. We know up the inside here's an opportunity, isn't it? He's going to have to go defensive, I think. Blocks off the line. Can't get through that. Tries to the outside. Not going to get through either, is he? He's really trying. Down the straight. Let's go. Here he is, so. Up the inside. It could be an opportunity. But not enough speed on the exit there. Eric Latham is good on the exit. One's a bit wide there. And I think we've got a spinner. Is that? Yeah, that is Dan Z's gone off now this time. So Dan Z going off the circuit and he's pulling off. Now, is there a problem there? I think there's a problem.
He's just stopped. He's letting everyone go.
Yep,
he's getting going again.
There we go. So problems. That must be a mechanical issue there. Probably a controller or wheel calibration. But second place with Broken Arrow right now. This leaves Vector have a bit more of a gap now up front. This is what he needs. Now, Red 15 needs to get a move on here. He needs to try and take the lead of this race, doesn't he? If he wants to win the championship, up the inside he goes of Broken Arrow. Does Broken Arrow still see that? Well, they collided.
Ooh, make contact.
A very vicious bang on the side of that car. Now, I think Broken lost the rears and just speared into the side. Easy thing to do. And that's going to be seeing. Where Dan can come in all this. He's right down the back now. Alec Gabriel is behind. Then we got Razy, Bajaka, It Forgets, Gav, and Solitius closing up now finally on the back of this group, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Closing in gaps for sure. With only 8 laps to go. Some cars off the pace I keep noticing, but obviously the gaps are closing in yet again in the back. But I did see something up towards the front of the pack. So now Red 15 is back in the position he needs to be. But Vectra right now is in the hairpin, and Red 15. I think he did close the gap a little bit, but he's just nowhere near Vectra. If he wants any shot of winning, he needs to put his head down and just drive the car to the fastest ability he has. He wants any shot of winning. But
yeah, that's going to be the crucial question. Can he do that? Well, talking about people trying things audacious. That Solitius trying something audacious, didn't work, got a penalty for it, and that is also right there down for Solitius' attempt to make a move there. Was starting to make pace through the field, and then tried to dive, caught out off the pace, and then got on the curb, and a penalty was ready for him, isn't it? Easy to do on this track, that corner. Turn number 3 and 4, isn't it? A little kind of chicane, isn't it? It's really hard, isn't it, to get a penalty. Easy to run wide.
yeah.
It's probably the worst corner on this track, would you say?
Yeah, I think it'd be the worst corner on the track, but something I still look at is the final corner. Now, there's two situations I see with these drivers. Again, the car is very heavy, but it feels like every corner you're losing the back end, and the final corner is the worst one to do. Oh, and into the wall is
It forgets. Oh no, that's Van Elk. Sorry, my apologies. Told me it forgets in the wall then for some reason, but Van Elk is in the wall. They're getting.
But I still feel like the final corner is just treacherous for some drivers. You either hop over the curb and get a fantastic exit, or just avoid it, go through the racing line, get a terrible exit onto the grass. If you cut it 5 seconds early, just get a 5-second penalty in general. It just, again, you can lose the back end of that corner. That'd be the worst one of all, because you have a wall on your left side. If you try and save it, go to your right side, up there's a pit wall. So again, if you try and save the car, you don't have much opportunity to save it. So
indeed, as we just saw there for Van Elk there. Easy thing to do, isn't it? Spun off, hit the wall. That's his, well, that's kind of the battle going on for him over. All talking about having problems. Broken arrows showing a bit of Jim Connor. The gap between these guys here, 6.6 seconds. It's coming down very slow, slightly here. But is it enough, do you think? Can Red win this race?
I don't think he'll have a shot, but he'll try and put on a challenge.
It's going to be the crucial question of can he get that position.
It's a 7-second gap right now. So he's going to have to gain a second a lap to at least get side by side with them. But 6 laps to go now, that's the ultimate question.
Yep, indeed, 6 to go. And that is going to be the interesting question. Can he win? If you've got any comments, put it in the chat. 6 to go, as we say. Gabriel showing a little bit of sideways through the last corner. Easy thing to do. Over the curbs they go. And now he's got Van Elk up the road there. A bit of damage, you believe, on that car. Radian 7. Hijacker 8. It begets 9. Solitius is now back up to 11. And Gabriel's 12 from running off the circuit. He's going to almost hit the wall if he's not careful there. Let's see if Solitius can do anything there. Now, two equally slow cars. What's called the Aerolata more of a kit car, to be honest, isn't it? So is that Radical. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be an easy move, though, for Solitius, don't you think?
Yeah, an easy move. Definitely up in the works. But, again, 6 laps to go. Once the move is made, you're going to have to defend the position for the next 6 laps. So, obviously, very close racing we're seeing here, but here we go for 10th position. ID4 gets, and right on the rumbles, Upsala Salida moves into the 10th position. Now he's going to have to fend him off for the next 6 laps.
Yeah, I think it'll be an easy thing to do, actually. That car was going so much quicker. Now, the next car, can he do? He's going to be Hijacker in that car. Let's see if Solitis can do anything. That's going to be, that's a crucial question. Is he got enough pace? Well, he's already opening the gap. He's already got the gap about half a second already there. So he's really speeding off, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Vectro leads this way from Red 15. Broken is 3rd. Jezza is 4th from running off the circuit, as I say. His name. Dan is 5th. Van Elk is now in 6th place. I heard an O from you. Yeah,
I heard I saw Razierreel run off the circuit in the final corner again. Missed the apex, ran it wide, costed himself 2 seconds. But now he's back out on circuit trying to set a faster lap. But again, it just, that car in himself just not doing the best of best of position that he expected to be in, not doing the best he thought, but it's 5 laps to go. Might as well just try and maintain the position he's in and bring the car home safely, but again, you can never really guarantee that from a racing driver, can you?
Well, consistency is key. Now, we know Razy is one for consistency occasionally, but it's odd to see him make a mistake. But today is the day. He is having a few mistakes out there, and, well, I have to say, we were talking about if Red 15 can win this race. He's gone and put 2 seconds a lap quicker right now. The gap is 4 seconds, with about 5 to go, so...
There's still a shot.
It is in the question. Can he win this race? He's going quicker. Let's see, is he I think, Vettel's reacting a little bit. He's still about a second slower, so it's going to be crucial. It's about 4 seconds, there's 4 to go, so it's going to be awfully close, isn't it, on the final lap?
Yeah.
Breaking Arrow, third place, doing the job of the day right now. Man of the race so far in race 2. Then we've got Dan Z going very deep into turn number 1 then. Then we got Alec Gabriel still closing up there, attempting. And then Razy, Hijacker, and we're talking about Solitius and how he's catching. Well, boy oh boy, is he caught. He's having a look. Is he trying to do it on the McLaren? Has a look, pulls to the right. Doesn't get the speed, the McLaren. A slippery dog in a straight, isn't it? Not going to get through that.
Yeah. It's just all but off the exit, though. So Solita gaining lots of time despite it being down the straight. I think that he's going to back off in the corner, however.
Indeed.
Oh no, I hear myself.
Yeah, I'll just make sure the audio was all working there again, because I thought it glitched out for a second. Up the inside, he's going to go. Yes, he is. What? Boy, oh boy, that was out of dive then. That was very close. No, it wasn't really a dive, more of just a slinging pass there. Brilliant, brilliant move there. Not often you see a move like that, Carpin, isn't it?
No, not really. But I watched that, but fantastic overtake. Though these drivers doing anything for the last 3 laps, trying to get the positions they need to win this race, or at least to get themselves in a good position. Anything that can help them towards the championship. So a couple laps to go, like we mentioned. With Vectro and Red, I think the gap is now 3.5, 4 seconds, not much,
yep.
But with 3 laps to go, we still need to see if he can close in time.
Yeah, well, 5th place and 4th place battling. Dan Z up the inside of that is broken out. No, it's not broken. They're both off. They're off the circuit. That was Jezza, and that's Dan off the track. That's not gone well there. They've managed to keep out of the wall, but I think I have to say Dan Z being a bit aggressive, and Jezza not giving enough room. Contact was made, and that's unfortunately what happens in racing sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I was looking at some of the positions that these guys were in. So again, a lot of improvement from some of these drivers. I'm really shocked on how Vanelk's already back in 7th place. He was running in the top 3 earlier in this race, and he maintained that position until he spun. He almost spun there as well, but 3 laps ago he's in 7th. He has dropped back so much that he's behind guys like Alex Gabriel and Jezza, who he was ahead in the beginning of the race. But Broken Arrow has done a fantastic job today. A big improvement from last race, showing a lot more pace and better position. But we head now with 2 laps to go. And now if you're on board with Red, that little ant that you see on your screen is no more. As you can see, it's getting bigger and bigger. And yes, that is Vectro leading the way. Has led every single lap in the feature race number 1. And has led every single lap today. And is trying to go for the whole Grand Slam today for getting top 2 qualifying, leading every lap and winning, actually. He wants to win both races and lead every single lap, because that'd be fantastic if he did. But again, we are heading to the final lap, and we'll see if Red can close in.
Indeed. Well, Solitius is indeed also impressive, closing up on the back of Razy. Let's see if he can get him anytime soon. He's closing. So we'll have a look on that next lap around, see if he is anywhere close. Well, Jezza is now dropped well off behind Dan Z after a little overtaking to move that. And the gap is about 1 second, 1.7, so it's really, really tight up front. I don't know I think a move on the last lap is possible. It's going to be almightily close, isn't it?
Yeah, it will have to be close. However, they have to time it perfect. He cannot make a mistake like he did last time. He just dived by my corner and just cannot get by. But here we go. We head to the final lap around Zoo High for the final race on Project Cars in Gavra. 1 lap to go.
So the final lap begins. As you say, closing all the time. He's going to have to make a diving move. He's going to make it. And it's going to be absolutely amazing if he can. It is 10 past 10 UK time. And it's going to be a fantastic race. Who's going to win on the final lap of the race? Into the corner they both go. Does he run wide? He's gone off the circuit. That's going to be a penalty. It is a penalty. It's gone wrong again. And it's Vectro slowing.
Both of them.
Yeah, Vectro.
They both have penalties. They both have penalties. Don't worry.
Yeah, Vectro again. Either I think he must have slowed down or he's being kind. It was very odd stuff there. No, he definitely slowed down because his lap's not been invalidated. So I think he's being a bit nicer. He wants a battle.
Yeah.
Could it cost him the championship win? It's going to be 1 point difference. If so, well, it might be 2 actually. It's going to be confusing. Well, as it stands, Vectro is your champion unless Red can do something in the brakes here. He's got 1 and a bit corners to go after this one. He's going to have to try something. Oh, he tries to brake late.
Down the back end. Good exit. I don't think he's... No, he didn't get the good exit, but you need to have a fantastic final corner and he'll be good. But I don't think he'll close in time. I think it'll be the exact same finish we saw like last time. And, yeah, but it will be.
Does get a good exit. No, he doesn't. He's going off the circuit. He's going to hit the wall. He's going to hit the wall. He has hit the wall. Just avoids the wall. But he's going to hit the other wall and bang. And that's going to be a way to finish the race. He's in the wall, sliding in the wall. And Broken Arrow is going to get there before him. I think he has. Broken's got there before him. That's absolutely tragic. He's stuck on the line. He's out of the race. He's out on the last lap. He's gone. He's out.
Oh, right in front of the line.
He could have reversed. It's all gone wrong. Dan is third, and that is absolutely amazing. You'll never see a finish like that again. Jezza fourth. Alex going to be in 5th place. He comes through the last corner. He's just ahead of Van Elk. 5th place for Alec Gabriel then. Van Elk will be 6th. Solitis has got 7th on the last corner. Ray's is going to run off the circuit as well. Well, that is absolutely carnage on the last corner of the last lap. And, well, that is what racing can be. Cruel and unfair. And sometimes it bites you in the back. Stabs as well. Basically, Hijack is going to be 9th. Gav will line up in 10th place on the finish there. Just ahead of It Forgets. And, well, you have to say, that's a bit cruel, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
Spun on the last lap.
I wasn't expecting that. I would have at least tried to back it up to the line, but I think he just wanted none of it.
I think he was absolutely furious there, and unfortunately, that's what racing can be. Hard, sometimes fair, sometimes unfair. Your champion is going to be Vectro. What this means is Broken Arrow will be 2nd place in this championship then. Dan, I believe, will be 3rd. And, well, that's what we know. Well, we know Broken Arrow will be 2nd now, and Vectro will win this title. Is it confirmed? Indeed, as we look at the chat there. Congratulations to your champion then. Today, Vectro wins this little mini championship there, and he is going to be absolutely ecstatic with that one. And have to say, you can't imagine anyone else to be more happy than this guy then. Wins the race. 20 seconds to go until the race is over. And, well, what do you think? I rate those races a solid 8 out of 10. What do you rate them out of, Alan?
Again, 8 out of 10. They showed a lot of racing, and really impressed with how everything went today, so.
Indeed, driver of the day in race 1, I have to say, was good old Broken Arrow in number 2, and of course in number 1 was Rip It up there. So there is the official results for race 2. Vectro wins, Broken 2nd, Dan 3rd, Jez 4th, Alec 5th, Van 6th, Solo 7th, Brazy 8th, Hijack in 9th, 10th is Id, Gav is 11th, and of course 12th will be, unfortunately, the poor man of Red, spinning off in the last corner and then leaving the session instead of reversing across the line. And, well, unfortunately, that is going to leave a dark cloud over that race. But overall, great little race, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely a fantastic race. A lot of passes, and I think both times drivers ran off in the first turn. But yeah, that is it for Project Cars in Gavra. And you want to sign off?
Yeah, but there might be more. We'll never know. We'll find that out sometime soon. But if this is the final race, thank you for all joining us on this game. If it is, it could very much well be. But if it is, thank you for joining on this game. It's been a privilege to race and commentate on for this league on this game. And well, that's it, folks. I think this could be the end. And well, there's only one thing I can say. Join us next time. Whenever it is, we'll let you know. Could be a event down the line. If it's not, we'll see you on Project Cars 2 around October if it is. So we do believe there's another race after this. Until then, ta-ra, and thank you for joining us. Goodbye until next time. Ta-ra.